It's kind of crazy how far we've come and how much we've progressed even in these ups and downs. Now we're continuing to learn about how to fix the world, but also I now know how difficult that goal is to achieve. We're not stopping here though, and nor will we ever stop, even if these ideas don't come out in the music quality you prefer, because at the end of the day, it's the words that matter the most. You see?
I wanted to put what I was learning into the music, but I didn't want to turn the fans off. So I decided to plant seeds. People not gonna understand what I'm talking about yet, but it's gonna make them curious.
I would not say that the civil rights movement is dead. It's simply that we're moving to a new phase of the movement. For now 12 years, we struggled to end legal segregation and all of the humiliation surrounding legal segregation. So it was a struggle for decency. It was a struggle to get rid of extremist behavior toward Negroes. Now we are in a new phase, and that is a phase where we are seeking genuine equality, where we are dealing with hard economic and social issues. And it means that the job is much more difficult, it's much easier.
When you're young, when I was young, I thought that success was all I needed. That's what was gonna bring the happiness. Buying my mom a house, being the fame, the accolades, having people say, yo, you are the best in the game. I thought those would be the things that would bring happiness. And then when those things came, the happiness wasn't there, and I realized why that was. There was such an attempt to achieve these things and to keep going that you lose sight of the people and the blessings that you have around you. You're so focused on the next success, the next step in your career, the next check, whatever it is, and you forget the fact that you have these things that seem small if you're looking that way. But if you look this way, you realize that the only thing that matters, and that's your mother, that's your family.
Keep the most genuine people around you. Only a few. Don't let too many in a circle that wasn't there since day one, that understands who you truly are and don't see you as a celebrity or a figure, or a dollar figure, or putting a price on you. Keep those around you. And the toughest thing to do as an artist is have that balance. But you have to try and navigate that, your personal life and your music career. So it's something that I'm going through right now, trying to figure out, so I can't give you a straight up answer like I know it all. I'm still growing and learning as I go. But I think that's my challenge right now.
I think honestly right now we live in a time where things are very divisive. And I think Meryl Streep was speaking on this a lot, where it's like we all have a lot of responsibility. And I remember going to school because I wasn't allowed to talk about magic, and I knew Santa Claus was fake, but I was around a lot of kids who didn't know that. So you have that responsibility to keep that going and understand why you're doing it, because of joy. So I think human joy is super important. It doesn't come from computers. It just comes from belief. Acting, making music, all that stuff is believing in something that maybe someone older doesn't truly believe, but when you see it in a child, it makes you kind of believe it again, because we forget how innocent and beautiful we were. So I think, it's our responsibility to make magic again, because I think a lot of the shit that's happening now is bullshit. Yeah.
What's your attitude towards the ego of others and how you relate to it?
Well, I started, even in my beginning, I just lived such a rich life, a full life, that, my first album came out, I was 26, and I had seen so many things in the street. So my attitude was like, man, I've seen so much, and, I don't have anything to prove. I know who I am. I'm a very self-aware person. So when you're self-aware, even when you're dealing with someone's ego, you know when to allow it to, you allow their ego to live in its own space. It's the problem is when you engage that energy, that's when there's a problem. If you engage the ego with your ego, then it's like, okay, now something has to happen. It can keep escalating to a level that can be irreversible. you know. But if you don't engage the ego, if you know how to manipulate or play around with the ego, or
that's
that
weird in
energy,
itself to
and you
people.
give light back to darkness, you
Right.
know, it's very difficult.
People
to,
don't know how to take that, especially at a younger age. Now when they're a bit older, they can probably understand what you're doing. But if you're in a room and people are bringing all of that wild energy into a room, and you just take a step back into the shadow a little bit and just let them do that, they would almost take offense to that. Why are you playing along? Why are you getting involved in this? Did you have experiences like that where people thought, I don't know how to take Jay, I don't know how to deal with Jay, he doesn't engage with us on that level?
Yeah, I'm sure, you know, and a lot of times what that also can be, you can misinterpret that as you know, arrogance. You know,
In its own way.
Yeah. If someone doesn't engage you in the way that you believe they should, then people's like, he's arrogant. He's act like he's above everybody. Like, no, I just don't want to argue with you about stupid shit. I just really don't have time. You know what I'm saying?
I won't stop. In fact, I will be right there with you as a citizen for all my remaining days. But for now, whether you are young or whether you're young at heart, I do have one final ask of you as your president. The same thing I asked when you took a chance on me 8 years ago. I'm asking you to believe, not in my ability to bring about change, but in yours. I'm asking you to hold fast to that faith written into our founding documents, that ideal whispered by slaves and abolitionists, that spirit sung by immigrants and homesteaders and those who marched for justice, that creed reaffirmed by those who planted flags from foreign battlefields to the surface of the moon, a creed at the core of every American whose story is not yet written. Yes, we can. Yes, we did. Yes, we can. Thank you. God bless you.
We gon' stay on hip-hop shit no matter how hard the rocks hit. Even if they cast a first stone, my words will come crashing down on their rockets. Even if their careers take off, I'm the chip on the motherboard that causes malfunctions. And even when I see the day of change, my silver tongue will be the best in the function, because I'm the eruption of all eruptions. Now time for concussions. First started as a poet and now I'm flowing like magma on the waves, left untouched when it comes to written verses and wordplay. Pass the controller and when it dies I'll still be in first place. My ingenuity had geniuses insecure when it comes to bare face. An easy cover up like 9/11 or when they take another man's fate. In this damn world, wonder what it's like to see another world. All you gotta do is speak on the ones who are too scared to be free. All you gotta do is take the trigger and add 5 pounds to live in luxury. They'll suit you up in the casket and ask for you to have peace, but you're in another damnation, or so they say in the holy peace. Revolving revelations awaken a different side of me, but now I oppose even religions that make us relive sins like sodomy. Sorry, but please, I hope you listen closely, because I might go away after this. The public appeal from performances and reaching list, top 5 and blacklisted for raising my fist along with my intentions. Please hold on the questions, life being too short for Q&As. I had to go without a cue and speak on the answers. I beat you to it, I don't go, I beat to be defined as a rapper. I don't chase blue faces just cause it's a way to laughter. I don't try to be the next anything, because what good is that without the after? Most careers I see nowadays live off the hype. I don't wanna cheer up the cheers that are blind and don't know who's on the mic. I want clarity all in my sights, because only then we'll truly know who's reached new heights. And now it's time to baffle the niggas who gave me time. When the last stone is used to write in the granite of time, I'll clip off the platinum with my teeth in these rhymes. Sheep's wool once surrounded my skin and I would hide, but then I shaved these points that stuck with me to make more life. And now you're getting more before you can even take 5. Lights went out and now I'm changing your vision of the night. And to think this is only a glimpse of things that happened in his life. Till next time, truly yours. How's that for a mixtape?